Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to be here with you all today. So much is going on. I look at this big picture and I can see what Meghan is trying to do. It's so clear. And I'm going to talk to you why we need to pay attention. So let's get into it. There are things that are happening with Meghan and her supporters who she is definitely, well, let me be careful here, allegedly paying these people. And they are putting out some of the most sinister stories on Catherine. They are saying really horrible, nasty things about why we're not hearing from her. And I'm not going to even go into what they're saying because I'm not even going to justify it. But if you see it, don't believe it. Don't believe it, because this is how Meghan Markle is so about elevating herself. She has to dim the light of someone like Catherine to help elevate her own light because she feels threatened by it. She feels Catherine's light can overshine hers and what she's trying to do. And this is why we're seeing reports that she's paying her supporters to put out certain stories on social media, to flood social media with all of these negative stories about Catherine, and they're really sick stories. Now, we don't know for sure if they're plotting these or putting these stories out there, but you best be believing if it makes sense, it's more than likely true. And to me, that is what makes sense, because you never heard these stories before, Meghan Markle, about Catherine. But all of a sudden, we're hearing these things. It makes a lot of sense. So I just wanted to put that out there because I am very disturbed by the things that I'm hearing and seeing about Catherine that have no justification at all. She simply is recovering from a surgery, and it's really that simple. It's that simple, but they want to make something into it, and there's just nothing there. Okay, so here's the thing. Meghan is in Austin to speak with the opening keynote panel at SXSW, and she's going to be alongside people, journalists Katie Couric, Brooke Shields, Nancy Wong, Yin, and Aaron Haynes. I also saw Gina Davis. Now, I met Gina Davis at a women's event. Here I am with Gina Davis. And she is by far one of my most favorite actresses. She also has a charity that seeks to empower women in film, because the representation of women in lead roles in films and minorities is not as high as it is with white males and others who get most of the leading roles in films. And her goal is to make more headlines with minority women and women in general to headline movies and have the representation much more prevalent in the media. And so you can applaud that she's doing a good thing. But the thing that I find for me that's not okay, it's not okay, is that one of my favorite actresses who I've had the privilege of meeting is now, I think, being taken, is she's aligning herself with someone that I very much adore and love, and I'm beside myself. I'm beside myself. It's like, no, Gina, don't align yourself with this woman. Are you serious? I am so upset about this. How can Gina Davis fall for this thing? This Meghan Markle thing and what she is doing. And I think it's because what Meghan is trying to do aligns very much with what Gina Davis is doing. And I think Gina Davis sees it as an opportunity to align herself with someone that has the name recognition as Meghan to be a part and to support her charity. But I hope she's careful to not make it personal. And don't align yourself too much with business with Meghan, because it won't be good for Gina. It won't. So they're hosting this women on this International Women's Day for a discussion on the importance of representation in the media and in entertainment, which is exactly what Geena Davis's charity is doing. That's all Geena Davis right there. And so Meghan has put herself in this category of aligning herself with other people who have that as their mission to elevate women in their profile. But see, what the difference is with Meghan and the difference between what Geena Davis and Katie Couric and other women, they've done the hard work. They have elevated themselves on their own talent and their own abilities to get their names recognized by their work. Meghan was only able to do it by marrying someone, a man. She did not elevate herself the way she wants to be elevated by her own work. She took the shortcut. And now that she's taken this shortcut, she wants us to believe that, yeah, let's be empowered by the work that we women can do on our own. We don't need a man. But she did. That's the whole reason why she's a fraud. It's because the only reason why she has name recognition is because she married a man. She took the shortcut. But yet she wants us to believe that she is on this panel to help elevate the voices of women in the entertainment and media industry by their own work. But she herself could not do it. As hard as she tried to get her footing going, to be this woman to be reckoned with, to be a feminist, every step of the way she took was to marry someone within the industry, with Trevor Ingleson. Just by how she divorced him shows you she never loved that man. She couldn't even give him the respect that he needed during a time when he himself said what was wrong. Our marriage was fine. But when she was able to elevate herself with someone of a higher stature, she was able to just kick him to the curb, not show him any respect. So we can see by how Meghan has carried herself that she has always been trying to get herself elevated by using her femininity, using herself in a way to get men to help her, because on her own talents, she couldn't do it. She always had to be lifted by a man. And now that she has been lifted by a man, she wants to make us believe that she's done it too. And she hasn't. And that's what she's going to be speaking about at this event. So as they're going to be discussing these things on this panel, Meghan is going to sit there and she's going to try to speak a bunch of empty words to make us believe she got something to say. And the other part about that is she's aligning herself with this panel with her charity and using the work of the charity to help elevate her own personal brand. And there's something that is not completely okay when you're able to take the work of a charity that you get donations to support and use the work of that charity to help your own personal branding. Because what they're saying is that it looks like she paid to be there. And what I find it's just so wrong is she is being billed as a visionary, best-selling author. And I have a problem with that. You ain't vision nothing but yourself in bed with a man. That's your vision. And I'm sorry to say it, but when it comes down to it, that's the vision. What man can I be with to get me to where I want to be? That's the only vision she's seeing, folks. And I'm sorry to be so blunt, but that's the reality. This event is an annual festival that celebrates the convergence of technology, film, music, education, culture. It looks like a really fun thing that they do with this SXSW. Meghan just doesn't seem to fit the bill to even be amongst the people that have been a part of this event. And the scary part is that she's able to align herself with people who really don't understand what this woman is about and what she is able to get to in the future with how she treats people. Because it's all about Meghan trying to get this power so that she can have the upper hand over people, that she is trying to show that she's going to have a say on your future. She's trying to put herself in a position of power, to use that power to do, I believe, harm to people. Because you look at the harm she's done to the royal family. You look at the harm that she has done to her own family and how she is trying to align herself in a way that is not for the betterment of people and what they're doing. And it's the elevation of this woman and her sinister ways that I have a problem with. She's also going to be talking about the importance of representation in media and entertainment. Really? For real? For real? For real? For real, Meghan? Who do you want to represent? How is it that Meghan wants to be able to represent women when she can't even show common decency to her own family? She can't even show common decency to Catherine. She can't even show common decency to the own women in her own life. How is she going to represent strange women that she doesn't know to be represented in media and film and entertainment? You see how Meghan is trying to prop herself up in a position of power when in her own basic life, when the cameras are not on her, when she's alone, when she's just trying to get on in life, how she treats women. And she wants to be on a stage representing women who are misrepresented in entertainment. She's going to be the spokesperson. Do you see how much of a problem that is, folks? Just look at the allegations around Catherine right now that are allegedly coming from Meghan Markle and her supporters, and how they are aligning themselves to take down the image of Catherine and to make her seem like she's doing something nefarious when all the nefarious behavior is coming from who? Meghan Markle. There's a problem, folks, with this. And I can only just say, being at this event, paying to be here, it shows you that by any means necessary, she is trying to line herself to do things that are not going to be for the best of women. It's not going to be for the good of women who, in general, who are trying to really, through their own hard work, get to where they're trying to get. And Meghan Markle, I'm sorry, you're not the one to represent these women. You're just not the one. And the sooner Geena Davis understands that she is being taken for a grifter, a woman who is trying to portray herself as someone who advocates on behalf of women, the sooner Geena Davis can get on with the work that she is trying to do. Because Meghan Markle, I'm sorry, is not the person you want to align yourself with. It's just that simple. Okay, we know what she did when she did this video presentation for this animal charity that, you know, she's trying to also raise her profile in the UK. They say that she's trying to hire PR agencies in the UK to help elevate her profile. So Meghan knows she has done some things that have not been good. She knows that people do not like her. And the thing that I want most is to be able to elevate my voice as a woman to bring out the sinister ways of a person like Meghan Markle, to make sure her voice is not elevated, because we know the kind of woman she is. She proves false to the things that she speaks about. And she cannot be lifted up as a woman who is trying to help elevate people in America. Young women, girls, women in media. She cannot be the voice for that in America. Because this woman does not have a good bone in her body until she's able to recognize what she has done in the UK and how she has done so much harm in the UK that now she's trying to come to America to heighten her profile here and to try to make herself be this voice of reason for women in media. No, you're not the one, Meghan Markle. And now she's trying to get her reputation back up in the UK. No, we're going to keep this woman down in terms of what she is trying to do, because we know she does not have a good justification for anything that she is trying to do, because it's all to help elevate her to A-level status so that she can be the person of power to press her thumb down on other people and to make them not have what it is that they're trying to achieve. She's trying to elevate her own power to push other people down. That's what Meghan is trying to do, because she does not have a good bone in her body. And the only way you know is by her past behavior, what she has done in the past, and how she has treated women and men and people in general in the past. Does not show us that she is trying to elevate and help people in the future. So she should not be trying to get any pass to help people moving forward, because we know who she is. Look at what she's done to know exactly what she is going to do in the future. No, we're not going to allow that to happen, Meghan Markle. Get to stepping. We watching you. And Otis too.